Constellations are a pattern of stars seen with the naked eye. Orion is a constellation. So are Columba, Pegasus, Scorpius, and 83 others, because there are 88 total constellations. Constellations are meant to help astronomers locate stars like a map. Stars have different temperatures. The temperature correlates to their colors. Blue stars like Zeta Orionis have a temperature of over 60,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Spica and Arcturus are bluish-white stars that have a temperature of around 38,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Our Sun and another yellow star, Capella, have a temperature of about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Pollux is an orange star and has a temperature of about 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Antares, which is a red star, has a temperature of about 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit. As you see, the hotter stars are blue and white, while the coldest stars are orange and red. Different civilizations called their constellation different names. The Greeks saw the stars of Orion and decided that they formed the shape of a soldier, and the Japanese saw the same star shape and called theirs a drum. It is very interesting to think and make up your own constellations and map the night sky. Sometimes stars can really be far apart in constellations, and we see them as close because they appear next to each other, viewed from Earth. People see different constellations during different months of the year and from different parts of the world. To figure out which stars are visible at a certain time of the year, astronomers developed the star map. To use a star map, you find the current months of the year on the star map and put it closest to you. If you are in the northern hemisphere, point your body facing the south. If you are in the southern hemisphere, point your body facing to north. All the constellations that are in the middle and lower part of the circle are the ones that you should be able to see in the night sky. Some famous constellations are Canis Minor, a dog, and Canis Major is also a dog. In a way, Canis Major is like the mom of Canis Minor. Orion is a soldier, Taurus a bull, Pegasus is a flying horse, and Andromeda is a lady standing on the constellation of Perseus, which is a man with a sword. I chose this topic because sometimes I go outside and I make my own constellations. And because you can imagine different things and everybody imagines different things and no one will say you're wrong. Different civilizations saw different patterns as their constellation, like the Greeks and Japanese interpretation of Orion. The constellation movement around the Polaris reminds me of a roundabout because cars move in a circular shape and constellations move around the Polaris in a circular shape. If you take a picture of the night sky every day, you will see that there is movement in the sky. Once my mom took a picture of the clouds every 20 seconds, and the clouds moved quite a bit. She had to put the camera in the same place all the time, otherwise it would not be exact. The constellations that have a massive amount of stars remind me of a massive amount of ants. At my friend's house, she had a massive amount of ants next to her house. She did not know that they were there, and she nearly stepped on them. We started looking at them and trying to study them. When we looked at them with a magnifying glass, we saw a really big ant. Constellation with lots of stars can be like an army of ants. The Big Dipper reminds me of kitchen items, like a pot, because the same shape of the Big Dipper is the same as a pot. I love cooking and making brownies with my cousins and friends. The Big Dipper was actually named after a kitchen utensil. a ladle to scoop liquids such as water or soup. The fountain at Gate Academy reminds me of constellations. The rocks are like the stars and the fountain is the constellation. Also because the water has a blue color to it and the Milky Way has one too. Finally, the fountain reminds me of constellations because there are some constellations still forming, like the new water coming out of the top of the fountain. From studying constellations, I learned that the Greeks saw a soldier as Orion and the Japanese saw a drum. That in different months you see different constellations. That the blue stars are hotter than the red stars. I could probably say a lot more things that I learned about constellations. I really enjoy learning what I've already learned about constellations.